Hello, Shalom. Welcome back to the Daily Bread. We're on part 173. We'll be reading Deuteronomy chapter 32, which is the song from that Moshe gives and talks about in 31. We'll be reading Isaiah 33, Psalms 21, Proverbs 22, 2 Corinthians chapter 9. We'll begin the scriptures 2009. Deuteronomy chapter 32 on page 221. Give ear, O heavens, and let me speak, and hear, O earth, the words of my mouth. Let my instruction fall as rain, my speech drop down as dew, as fine rain on the tender plants, and as showers on the grass. For I proclaim the name of Yahweh, ascribe greatness to our Elohim. The rock, his work is perfect, for all his ways are right ruling, an L of truth and without unrighteousness. Righteousness and straight is he. A twisted and crooked generation has corrupted itself. They blemish. They are not his children. Do you do this? Do you do this to Yahweh, O foolish and unwise people? Is he not your father who brought you, who created you and established you? Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask your father, and let him show you, your elders, and let them say to you, when the Most High gave the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the boundaries of the people according to the number of children of Israel. For the portion of Yahweh is his people, Jacob his allotted inheritance. He found in a wilderness and in a wasted howling desert. He encompassed him. He made him understand. He watched over him as the apple of his eye. As an eagle stirs up its nest, flutters over its young, spreading out its wings, taking them up, bearing them on its pinion. Yahweh alone led him, and there was no foreign mighty one with him. He made him ride in the heights of the earth, and he ate the fruit of the fields. And he made him draw to honey from the rock, and oil from the flinty rock, curds from the cattle, milk from the flock, with fat of lambs, and rams of a breed of Bashan, and goats with the choicest wheat. And you drank wine, the blood of the grapes. But Yeshurun grew fat and kicked. You grew fat, who grew thick. You covered with fat, for he forsake Elah, who made him, and scorned the rock of his deliverance. They moved him to jealousy with strange matters. With abomination they provoked him. They slaughtered to demons, not Elah. Mighty ones they did not know, new ones who came lately, which your fathers did not fear. You neglected the rock, capital R, who brought you forth, and forgot the El who fathered you. And Yahweh saw and despised, because of the provocation of his sons and his daughters. And he said, let me conceal my face from them. Let me conceal my face from them. Let me see what their end is, for they are a perverse generation, children in whom there is no trusting. They made me jealous by what is not El. They provoked me with their worthless matters, but I make them jealous by those who are no people. I provoke them with foolish nation. For a fire was kindled in my wrath, and burns to the bottom of Sheol, and consumes the earth and its increase, and sets on fire the foundations of mountains. I gather evils upon them. I use up my arrows upon them, wasted by scarcity of food, and consumed by heat and bitter destruction. And the teeth of beasts I send upon them, with the poison of serpents of the dust. The sword bereaves from the outside, and fear from within, both young man and maiden, nursing child with a man of gray hairs. I said I should blow them away. I should make the remembrance of them to cease from among men. If I did not fear the enemy's taunt, lest their adversaries misunderstand, lest they say, our hand is high. And Yahweh has not done all this, for they are a nation lost to counsel, and there is no understanding in them. If they were wise, they would understand this. They would consider their latter end. 30. How would one chase 1,000 and put two put 10,000 to flight? And Yahweh had given them up. For the rock is like our rock. Even our enemies are judges. Their vine is of the vine of Sodom, and the fields of Gomorrah. Their grapes are grapes of gall. Their clusters are bitter. Their wine is the prison of serpents, and the fierce venom of cobras. It is not stored up with me, sealed up among my treasures. Vengeance is mine, and repayment, at the time their foot slips. For near is the day of their calamity, and the matters prepared are hasting to them. For Yahweh rightly rules his people, and has compassion on his servants. When he sees that their power is gone, and there is no one remaining, shut up or at large, and he shall say, where are their mighty ones, the rock in whom you sought refuge? Who ate the fat of their slaughterings, and drank the wine of their drink offerings? Let them rise and help you. Let it be a concealed place for you. See now that I am He, and there is no Elohim besides me. I put to death, and I make alive. I have wounded, and I have healed. From my hand no one delivers. For I lift my hand to the heavens, and shall say, as I live forever, if I had sharpened my flashing sword, and my hand takes hold of judgment, I shall return vengeance to my enemies, and repay those who hate me. 42. I make my arrows drunk with blood, and my sword devours flesh, with the blood of the slain and the captives. from the long-haired enemy chiefs. O nations, acclaim his people, for he avenges the blood of his servants and returns vengeance to his adversaries. And shall pardon his land, his people. Then Moshe came with Hoshea, son of Nun, and spoke all the words of this song in the hearing of the people. And when Moshe ended speaking all these words to all Israel, he said to them, set your heart on all the words with which I warn you today, so that you command your children to guard to do all the words of this Torah. For it is not a worthless word for you, because it is your life. And by this word you prolong your days on the soil which you pass over the Jordan to possess. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe that same day, saying, go up to this mountain of Arabim, Mount Nebo, which is in the land of Moab, which is on the opposite of the Jericho, and look at the land of Canaan, which I give the children of Israel as a possession. And die on the mountain which you ascend, and be gathered to your people, as Aaron your brother died on Mount Horon, and was gathered to his people, because you trespassed against me in the midst of the children of Israel at the waters of Meribah, Kadesh, in the wilderness of Zin, because you did not set me apart in the midst of the children of Israel. For you are to look at the land before you, but do not enter there into the land which I am giving the children of Israel. Isaiah 33 on page 438. Woe to you, ravager, while you have not been ravaged, and you treacherous, while they have not betrayed you, when you have ceased ravaging, you shall be ravaged, and when you stop betraying, they shall betray you. O Yahweh, show us favor, for we have waited for you. Be their arm every morning, their deliverance also in time of distress. All the noise of the rumbling, the people shall flee. When you lift yourself up, the nations shall be scattered, and your plunder shall be scattered like the gathering of the caterpillar. As locusts rush about, they rush upon them. Yahweh is exalted, for he dwells on high. He has filled Zion with right ruling and righteousness, and he shall be trustworthiness of your times, a wealth of deliverance, wisdom and knowledge, the fear of Yahweh, that is his treasure. See, their brave ones shall cry outside. Lost track here. 7. See, their brave ones shall cry outside. The messengers of peace weep bitterly. The highways shall be deserted, and the wayfaring man shall be ceased. He has broken the covenant. He has despised the cities. He respected no man. The earth shall mourn and languish. Lebanon shall be ashamed. Sharon shall be withered like a desert, and Bashan and Carmel be shaken. Now I rise up, declares Yahweh. Now I am exalted. Now I am lifted up. You conceive chaff. You bring forth stubble. Your spirit devours you like a fire. And peoples shall be like the burning of lime, like the thorns cut up, they are burned in the fire. You who are far off, hear what I shall do, and you who are near, know my might. Sinners in Zion shall be afraid, trembling shall grip the defiled ones. Who of us shall sojourn with the devouring fire? Who of us shall sojourn with everlasting burnings? He who walks righteously, Luke 1 verse 6, and speaks what is straight, he who rejects the gain of oppressions, who keeps his hands from accepting bribes, who stops his eyes from hearing the bloodshed, and shuts his eyes from seeing evil. 16. And he shall inhabit the heights, strongholds of rocks. He shall inhabit the heights, strongholds of rocks be his refuge. His bread shall be given him, his water be steadfast. Your eyes shall see the king in his comeliness, see a land that is far off. Your heart ponders fear. Where is the scribe? Where is he who weighs? Where is he who counted the towers? No longer shall you see a fierce people, a people of two, a lip to bear, a jabbering tongue, no one understands. But see Zion, the city of our appointed time. Your eyes shall see Jerusalem, an undisturbed home, a tent not taken down. Its stakes are never removed, nor any of its cords broken. But there, great is Yahweh for us, a place of broad rivers, streams, in which no boat with oars sails, or big ships pass by. For Yahweh is our judge, Yahweh is our inscriber, Yahweh is our sovereign king. He saves us. Your ropes shall be slack, they do not strengthen their masts. They shall not spread the sail. Then the prey of great plunder shall be divided. The lame shall take the prey, neither shall the inhabitant say, I am sick. Neither shall the inhabitant say, I am sick. The people who dwell in it is forgiven their crookedness. Psalms 21 on page 657. The sovereign rejoices in your strength, O Yahweh. How greatly he exalts in your deliverance. You have given him the desire of his heart, and you have not withheld the request of his lips, Salah. For you put before him the blessings of goodness. You set a crown of fine gold on his head. He asked life from you, and you gave it to him. Length of days forever and ever. Through your deliverance his esteem is great. You have laid excellency and splendor on him, for you have made him most blessed forever. You have made him glad with the joy of your presence. For the sovereign is trusting in Yahweh, and through the loving commitment of the Most High he is not moved. Your hand reaches all your enemies. Your right hand reaches those who hate you. You make them as a furnace of fire in the time of your presence. Yahweh does swallow them up in his wrath, and fire does consume them. You destroy their fruit from the earth, and their seed from among the sons of men. For they held out evil against you. They devised a plot they do not they do not prevail. For you make them turn their back when you aim with your bowstring toward their faces. Be exalted, O Yahweh, in your strength. We sing and praise your might. On to Proverbs 22 on page 749. A good name is preferable to great riches. Blessing is better than silver or gold. The rich and the poor meet together. Yahweh is the maker of them all. A clever one foresees evil and conceals himself, but the simple go on and are punished. The reward of humility is the fear of Yahweh, riches and esteem and life. Thorn snares are in the way of the perverse. He who guards his life keeps far away from them. Train up a child in the way he should go, even when he is old, he should not turn away from it. The rich rules over the poor, and the borrower is a servant to the lender. He who sows unrighteousness reaps trouble, and the rod of his wrath perishes. He who has a good eye is blessed, for he gives of his bread to the poor. Cast out the scoffer, and the strife goes out, and contention and shame cease. He who loves cleanliness of heart, whose speech is pleasant, a sovereign is his friend. The eyes of Yahweh shall watch over knowledge, but he overthrows the words of the treacherous. The lazy one says, there is a lion outside. I am going to be murdered in the streets. The mouth of a strange woman is a deep pit. The one denounced by Yahweh falls in there. Folly is bound up in the heart of a child. The rod of discipline drives it far from him. One oppresses the poor to increase his wealth. Another gives to the rich only to come to poverty. Incline your ear and hear the words of the wise, and apply your heart to my knowledge. For they are pleasant if you guard them within you. Let all of them be ready on your lips, that you trust might be in Yahweh. I cause you to know today, even you. Have I not previously written to you of counsels and knowledge, to cause you to know the certainty of the words of truth, to return words of truth to those who send to you? Do not rob the poor because he is poor, and oppress not the afflicted at the gate. For Yahweh pleads their cause, and shall plunder those who plunder them. Make no friendship with one given to wrath, and do not go with a man of rage, lest you learn his ways and find yourself ensnared. Do not be one of those who shakes hands in a pledge, one of those who are a guarantor for debts. If you do not have the means to pay, why should he take away your bed from under you? Do not move the ancient boundary which our fathers have set. Do you see a man who is skilled in his work? He does stand before sovereigns. He does not stand before obscure ones. Second Corinthians chapter 9 on page 1126. Indeed, concerning the service to the set apart ones, it is unnecessary for me to write to you, for I know your eagerness, about which I boast to you to the Macedonians that Arcadia was ready a year ago, and your ardor has stirred up most of them. But I sent the brothers, lest our boasting on behalf of you should be made empty in this part, in order that I said you were ready, lest if some Macedonians come with me and find you are not ready, we, not to speak to you, should be put to shame because of our grief. So I thought it necessary to appeal to the brothers to come to you in advance and arrange your promised blessing beforehand. This is to be ready as a blessing and not as greediness. And this, he who sows sparingly shall also reap sparingly, and he who sows on blessing shall also reap on blessing. Let each one give as his purpose is his heart, not of grief or of the necessity, for Yahweh loves a joyous giver. And Elohim is able to make all favor overflow toward you, that you, always having all your need in every way, have plenty for every good work. As it has been written, he scattered abroad, he gave to the poor, his righteousness remained forever. Psalms 112, verse 9. And he who supplies seed to the sower and bread for food shall supply and increase the seed you have sown and increase the fruit of your righteousness, being enriched in every way for lost track there. Being enriched in every way for all simplicity, which works out thanksgiving to Elohim through us. 12. Because the rendering of this service not only supplies the needs of the set apart ones, but also the overflowing through many thanksgivings to Elohim. 13. Through the proof of this service, they esteem Elohim on the submission of your confession to the good news of Messiah, and generosity in sharing with them and all men. And by their prayer for you, who long for you because of the exceedingly favored blessing of Elohim in you. Thanks also to Elohim for his unspeakable gift. Shalom. Make it a great day. Read your Bible. Talk to the Father.